Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video, and Happy New Year for everybody who is celebrating. Happy New Year for should be the entire world really after these couple of days, but what I wanted to do in this video is just go through the Foggy Coliseum teams. As you can see, I'm in Challenger tier at the moment, which means that I've ranked up and I need 7 teams in order to win properly, or in order to compete. So I've got my 7 teams, 5 of which are very, very similar to what we've seen previously. So if you haven't checked that video out, go check it out. It's should been released about 2 or 3 days ago. It says Hope Tree and World Arena teams, and that was for Master and below. So Master tier and below, you need 5 teams in order to compete. When you get to Challenger, you need 7 teams, and then when you get all the way up to Supremacy, so nobody's in Supremacy at the moment, but very, very close to it. So the teams that I've gone for, first team, we've seen this already. This is my Avengers Glorians team. The reason that I've gone Avengers Glorians is because of the Luminas synergy. So when positive Moonglow is above 1, the attack of all allies is increased by 200%. And then I've got the double, or the 2 stars under the Avengers and 2 stars under Glorians, which means that my relics are the same. Not going to go through it all, already gone through most of it in full, but just going to go outline them. So in that video, I've also gone through my Hope Tree. If you are interested in the Hope Tree, then you can check that video out. I've not changed it, not had a reset to change it, so it's still the same. Now, second team, I've gone a Doom's Ethereal team. So as you can see, I've got my 2 Dooms, Arthur and Halissa, and I've gone for these relics here, so all Ethereals, all Dooms, to get that additional 2. So 2 stars under Dooms, 2 stars under Ethereals as well. Gone with the Ecliptus synergy to give an additional defense and HP as well, in order to survive for that first round. If this team survives for more than 1 or 2 rounds, then you are effectively guaranteed victory because of the amount of stacks that go onto the units as well. So we've got Arthur, Victoria on the front slot, and then Eudora, Halissa and Elisha on the back slot. We do want to keep Elisha around for as long as possible. We want to keep Eudora around for as long as possible because those 2 are the ones that we need to protect, which is why Arthur and Victoria are on the front row, because Arthur after turn 1 is very, very tanky. Very, very strong. Halissa will also give additional buffs to the entire team. Third team, I've gone with a Doom's Phantom Valianters team. So as you can see, I've got my 3 Valianters, Pandora, Hades, and Elma. I've also gone with Ayushta and Dahlia. The reason that I've gone with that because of the 3 Phantom synergy on there. So when an ally dies, 1 other random fallen ally is revived, restoring 10% of max HP. It can only be triggered 1 time per battle, and that's per unit as well. So the whole point of this build is, even if, say, Hades, Dahlia and Pandora go down, Ayushta and Elma will still be alive. Pandora will trigger, if Dahlia were to go down, she would trigger the Phantom synergy, bringing one of these 3 units back. Ayushta were to die, same principle. We've got 3 Deviants, we've got 2 Celestials on the team, 1 Dooms and 1 Valianter. As you can see, I've had to mix and match some relics. So I've got my Lance, I've got the Mirror, which also plays into the revival effect as well. In case you don't know what Mirror does, increase the max HP of Elma and Sandra by 50%. Doesn't really matter too much for Elma, but Python's Mirror emits a gleaming light when 4 units in the battlefield die, grants 1 revival chance to 2 random surviving allies, and revives 1 time, or effective 1 time per battle. And then here, Valiant Dooms, Judgment Blades, so deploying a hero of each of 4 different rune synergies increases the damage. We don't care about this because we don't. The relic additionally increases the attack of all allies, so that's what we care about. And then relic damage executes targets less than 20% HP, so it plays into the Valiant synergy as well. Hades increases the execute limit and increases Valianter's damage reduction by 35%, so can keep Pandora alive so that she can do what she needs to do. Again, Deviant synergy synergy, and Ecliptus will increase our defense and our leech rate. Now on to Team 4. Oh, one sec. So Team 1, the relic I've gone for is Avengers. Team 2, I've gone for Doom's relic on this one. Team 3, I've gone for the Valianta's relic. And then Team 4, so I've got 3 Monarchs, Lily and Leah, Audrey and Astrid. I've also gone for Gaia and Lancelot. Now, as soon as Lily and Leah do what they need to do, and they take action, they also then apply hindrance for the round as well. And because they're quite quick, they will typically apply hindrance before the enemy gets to take action because of Gaia, slowing them down by 30 speed. Lancelot increases the overall output or damage output for Corrode, and Astrid will also increase the attack based on speed as well. So unfortunately Gaia doesn't increase speed, but she does decrease enemy speed. Audrey will apply the Vital Drain, so she will absorb half of the healing that the enemy team put out, and so increasing her own attack, as well as playing into the Grace of Hunters effect as well. So a very strong team. Usually wins around turn 2 or loses around turn 2. Is one or the other. And I've gone with Mystifier's relic for this one. Oh, sorry, Mystifier's artifact and the relics. Again, we've just got. Oh, yeah, as you can see, I've gone for Ecliptus as well. So the Ecliptus synergy, we've got 4 of those units. 2 stars under Mystifiers, 0 under Glorians. We do have 2 Protectors, 2 Deviants, 1 Lightseeker, 1 Celestial as well. So, Team 5, same as I've shown off previously. So, Aphrodite and Mavis being Monarchs and Avengers. You've also got Dio-Chan as the 3rd Avenger. That puts this slot here, giving an additional attack boost. Now you can switch these 2 round, just depends on who you have as a stronger unit. For me, it is Wu. So Wu is much stronger than Aphrodite at the moment. Both are at 5 stars, I believe. Let me just check. No, Wu is at 4 stars. Where have you gone? Yeah, Wu's at 4 stars, but I do have her epic runes, which will give additional. So it's a 100% chance at 75% damage reduction for the entire team. Very strong, helps you survive for long enough. Mavis does what she does. She counters just about all teams effectively. Counters Dooms very heavily as well, which is quite prevalent in the meta. Ariana to do the damage, and then Dio-Chan to bewitch and take control, or not take control, but confuse the enemy. Wu and Aphrodite both do apply the Phantom Illusion effect. So Aphrodite does it on her ultimate, which is quite frequent. Wu will apply it once every 3 rounds when she does her ultimate attack. I don't have half and half her, so I don't have 2 red runes, so she can't apply Phantom Illusion outside of that ultimate attack, which I think is one of her major weaknesses, but she does apply the protect. So if there is a unit in here and Wu has done her ultimate, the entire team will not take damage and will instead go for the damage will be applied to this unit here, which will again proc Aphrodite when this unit dies. Now I do need to make a change. I put this in by accident. It is what it is, but I don't have too many left over. So I don't have too many of these artifacts left over. Because we are using Avengers, I think this should be absolutely fine. So we'll put in the Blades of Chaos instead of the crit. I don't know what it was doing there. It was quite late when I was building this team. So yeah, and we do have the new relic in there as well. This hasn't impressed me altogether too much, but it does increase max HP by 25% for 2 rounds, and as well it also does damage, but it's negligible. You really want to get it up to 3 stars, so it applies the Fortitude effect and heals your units as well. Very strong. Now, this is the next team. It looks a bit weird, but I do have my 3 Mystifiers and 2 Glorians. So I've got Nawi and Talinas. I've got Sandra and Talinas as Monarchs, and I've got 3 Strikers, Mulan, Nawi, and Catherine. This is for the 6th team. So I haven't shown this team off previously. I've not done any shorts about it or anything like that. But this team is very strong, especially Nawi and Mulan. What a combo. Really strong combo. If you don't know, Nawi will apply burn on every hit she does if she procs. So when Nawi attacks, she has a chance to, it's 50% chance to proc, doing 4 additional basic attacks against all enemy units. That each one of those will apply a stack of burn. That's why I run Nawi, and that's why I run Mulan together as a pair. Catherine will apply additional healing as well, so she'll steal enemy heals. Combine that with the Grace of Hunters, she can become very powerful. Sandra also very strong. I've got her. I'm so close to getting her up to half and half. So let me show you. I just need one more rune, and then I can do it. So I'll get these runes to unique before I evolve them. It just saves on resources. But what's very strange is, let me show you this. I can purify 328 of these red runes, but I have well, I've got 4 of these ones, and as you can see, I've got the majority up to damage. But for me personally, I do think, so if I were to save all of these, I would just need to get this damage unique, and then it would be very strong. But the way that unique runes work for Shadow Arcs specifically is you want unique dodge, and it will give you more attack typically than if you were to if you were to have DPS. It's just something to take into consideration. Now, relics, I've gone for a mix, so I've gone for all 3 Glorians, and I've only got 1 Mystifier. But the reason that I'm running this is because it is a Glorian Mystifier relic, but after casting for the next 1 round, damage received by all allies will be absorbed into the cauldron. The absorbed damage will be then distributed among frontline allies over the next 2 rounds. The relic additionally increases max HP, very strong, and target the active skill now targets up to 3 enemies as well, which is deal damage. It is what it is. But that's why I've got my 2 monarchs in the front row rather than having them on the back row or anywhere else. It's because of that relic. Simply put. Now my banner is only 1 star. It is what it is. 2 stars. So we enter a deity slayer state, ignoring 50% of defense when attacking. Very good with Nawi, in combination with Nawi, and then the shield to give additional shielding and HP up to this front row. Now finally, just on this one, I have Glorian's relic here. Glorian's artifact. Now this team, I've tried doing a short, and I've tried releasing this short multiple times, but this team slaps. It slaps around really strong. I have had to rely on this team multiple times in order to win. And the theory behind it is we've got 2 Dooms in the form of Ophelia and Merlin. We have 4 monarchs: Cleopatra, Dullahan, Talos, and Merlin. Again, 3 Dooms because I have the Proof of Dooms, and then we have 3 Mystifiers as well. We've got 2 Deviants, 2 Celestials, and then 1 Light Seeker in the form of Merlin. We also have these relics here, so we've got the Knight's Edge, Death Scythe. We have the Scissors. I know it seems a bit strange, but purifies 1 stack of random debuff from allies. That can remove the banish effect, and I've seen that. If you have it up to 3 stars, it removes the banish effect, and then it adds it on to one of the enemy units as well, so quite strong. And then finally, I have the Doom's Ethereal's relic, just for the Dooms primarily. But when active passive skills of an ally have applied confused, blah, we don't care about that. Now, when Famine Scale is cast, purifies the healed allies from 5 stacks of debuffs and resets cooldown recovery. So it does heal quite a bit, actually, when you get it up to higher star levels. So that is the team, and let's see it in practice. If I jump into my battle report here, as you can see, I have been personally attacked many times by the Final Fantasy Guild. Just saying, it's right there. Proof is, I'm only joking. We fight, and it's good. I very much enjoy the competition, and I very much enjoy you guys attacking me to see how well my teams are doing. So won the past 5 fights with this setup specifically, and won against King as well. Now King is really strong. I mean really strong. He usually beats the crap out of me, really does. But in this case, we went 4-3 with me being the victor, but it was a really good fight. So let's have a look through and see how well we did, and what we need to take into consideration when building other teams as well. So first team, as we can see, Avengers doing what they need to do. So Avengers and Glorians with the 3 strikers on the back and the 2 Phantoms at the front. We do have a chest to reduce how much relic energy enemies have. We also have sphere. The sphere works very well once an enemy dies. Once an ally dies. So we'll see the stranger die in just a second, and we'll see our max HP get absolutely stacked. So you see, it applies all that max HP. Really, really strong. Probably good with Ophelia as well. Something to keep in mind. And then finally, Hand of Tyr, old, reliable. Very, very good. Very, very strong. So as you can see, we've now stopped the energy gain from the enemies. They did have 25 relic energy, getting up to that chrono relic, but that's been taken away. We've also increased our attack. Now, as you can see, Janna does go down, but comes back straight away. That is with thanks to Althea. Althea on this front row. She enables the Avengers synergy to return the moment they die, and the same is true for other units as well, who are going to do that. But in this case, unfortunately, it's just one shot by enemy Gaia. Really, really strong, really powerful unit, and slows the team down quite drastically. Now, this is quite fortunate, but let me tell you, it's a loss. It looks like we might do it, and we can see the damage that Hey Kate does. So fortunately, we get a, I think this is a miss. Yeah, this is a dodge. And then I think this is another dodge as well. Oh, no, sorry. My bad. But Althea goes down, returns Hey Kate, and then Hey Kate does get to ultimate now, which is very, very powerful. Unfortunately, it did miss the 3 in the middle, but I suspect if it didn't miss the 3 in the middle, then they would have all gone down. Now, Gaia, again, proving just how strong she is. That unit is absolutely cracked. It really is. And it's not just the corrode damage that's doing it. It is actually Gaia herself who does massive damage. Really, really strong. Now, this team, you would think, not a chance. Absolutely not a chance of losing. Even though, so if we have a look, King's power is about 10,000 above mine at the moment. But my team is absolutely doing massive damage. And it's the same is true. It's like one hit KO for the entirety of these matches, and I don't know why. Usually it's like that. Usually it's like they can hit and it doesn't do altogether too much damage, but in this case it does seem to have done that. Now, we got very lucky here that Dahlia did not switch with Astrid. If Dahlia had switched, and a 4 miss there, by the way, but if Dahlia had switched with Astrid, I'm pretty sure that would have been a kill on Halissa, and we would have died. We would have lost this match. Again, misses are so important, or dodging is so important in this game. Really, really strong. Now, Hades, he does what he needs to, and effectively should be able to execute. Yep, so he executes our front 2 row, but when he dies, we get Elisha back. And now he is stunned as well. So as you can see, we've frozen Dahlia, we've applied hindrance, and the reflect damage is now kicking in. So this team, Secret Doom's team, I tell you now, look, this is how we win. The majority of cases, Eudora will do a lot of damage here, so takes down Dahlia, which is no small feat. Again, if Dahlia had switched with another unit in that first one, we would have lost 100%. But I think it's just a matter of RNG, really. Now, this team here, next team, I think, personally, looking at this enemy team, we've got no chance. You've got 3 Monarchs, you've got Wu, and you've got Nawi. The only redeeming factor is that Nawi doesn't have a striker to go with. So if Nawi does have a striker to go with, or to pair, she becomes so much stronger. It's really crazy. Now, they do get the heal here, allowing us to steal all of these heals that they've got. As you can see, my banner does not apply Holy Shield. If it did, I think we might stand a bit more of a chance, but I think it's not first Nawi to proc. Burn is applied, by the way. So as you can see, each of the enemy units has that burn applied to them, and which will pay some dividends here. The problem is that burn goes away the moment the first unit dies, so you're never going to be able to chain using burn. It is just something to keep in mind when you are trying to build around that burn mechanic. If the enemy team has a Celestial included on the enemy team, so say for example, if the enemy does have, this is why I like the what you call it, by the way, the Cauldron, because we just take no damage here whatsoever for this one round, and we have applied a lot of burn to the enemies. Unfortunately, it is a case of first Nawi to strike, or at least first Nawi to kill. And the reason, again, is because we lost all of those burn stacks that Nawi applied. So here we go, Nawi to take down our entire team, everybody but Sandra, and I don't want to watch Sandra suffer. She does put up a bit of a fight, but not altogether too much, so we can go ahead and skip this one. Again, it's just first Nawi to take down more than one enemy, and which is why Striker synergy so important with her. This team, the Phantom Valianters, I love this team. This team has put in work this season. I am not joking. The fact that Elma is now a Doomsdayer, or at least a partial Doomsdayer. You'll see in a sec that if one of our units were to die, then they lose that Doomsdayer effect. So can be a bit of a problem, especially when running Phantoms. But in this case, having Pandora on the team, I learned something watching this match as well, to be fair, that with Pandora, even if Pandora is not on the field, she will still trigger, or at least when... so when Pandora does die, what will happen is, I think it's Hades who does this, but so Pandora will miss here, I believe. Yeah, so Pandora misses, Audrey will swing back, take out Aista, and then, you know, debuff us and all that sort of good stuff. But when Pandora does die, she still you still retain the ability to cast your skill again, following on from the initial attack, which is actually, it's a very strong ability in my opinion, and this is where Hades comes in really handy, because if he had missed there, Audrey would still be dead. And the reason that Audrey would still be dead is because of the execute mechanic. Very, very strong ability. Very, very strong indeed. Against this team here, you would expect with Gaia on our team to win. I don't think we... I think we do. I think we only just win, though. I think this is a really close match, because the having Cleo on the enemy team, as well as the 2 Dooms and then 3 Mystifiers, really, really powerful. But unfortunately, I think the reason is because of Minotaur and because of Emily. The fact that they are not DD units does allow for us to sneak in there and take the victory effectively. Yeah, Gaia does go down. We do lose her, and I think we will lose Lancelot and Lily and Leah as well, or Lancelot and Astrid, something along those lines. I think Audrey does clean up here because of the Monarch synergy. Again, the reason the Monarch synergy is so powerful is because you can't get a one-shot. Yeah, so we do lose Gaia, and we do lose Astrid. Lancelot and Astrid as well. But the reason that the Monarch synergy is so powerful is they can attack through Dooms as well. So Lily and Leah nearly dead, but because of the Monarch synergy, just saved our life. And we steal a number of Holy Shields from the enemy, and we double attack with thanks to Astrid. So we do steal a lot. And now Hindrance has been applied, which means that they cannot gain those stacks of Holy Shield, and they also cannot gain any buffs. So all of the buffs that the relics are providing, all of the buffs that the team provide when they attack, resets. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just a pain. Just a pain. So we have a reapplied Hindrance, but it's already too late because they've got that Holy Shield stack. We may steal some Holy Shield here. So we do get the double attack, but it's already, I think it's already too late for this one. I think we do lose this one. And again, the reason for that is primarily because Dooms is so strong. It really is properly strong this season. Mystifiers, very, very powerful as well. But again, having that Holy Shield stack put on right at the start that's effectively such a broken ability, reapplying that Holy Shield stack, because you have to get through that first layer of defense in order to do any damage whatsoever. The banish mechanic also very, very strong still within so within the PvP world, it is still a very, very powerful mechanic, one that should not be underestimated, especially if you've got it leveled up. So if Lily and Leah are out for the next 5 turns, they're out till round 11, and it is literally just Audrey until the end of this video. So it is Audrey versus effectively 5. As you can see, we've now banished Cleo, which does give us a bit more of a chance, but again, the corrode that kicks in, it's so strong. As Audrey holding her ground, it is primarily thanks to the Holy Shield, but again, banish been applied and took us out both times as well, or took out our last 2 units. Now we've got to, I think we've got to win these next 2 matches in order to beat King, and again, it's tough. It's really tough, because as you can see, like the power level here, 30,000, it's still well above ours, and he's got the 2 skins. So he's got Ariana's skin from Foggy, and he also has Ophelia's skin from Foggy as well. We've had our Aphrodite stolen. You know, there doesn't seem to be altogether too much chance. Now we do kill our own Aphrodite here, which does allow for the Avengers synergy to kick in, so we are able to bring back our Aphrodite. Wu does apply this protection as well, so she will steal. She will steal somebody from here, I believe. It's the Gloria, and then when Mavis does die, she does do a lot of damage, and we just effectively need to wait for Mavis to come back, or we wait for Zephyr Spear to kick in. And then that will take him out. So it's all up to this final match. So Franz and Ozzy, very powerful combo, especially if you have red runes for them. Now, as you can see, we apply the Mistfires. We get hit by Mistfires, and we also get hit by, I think this is Curse, something like that. But this is Mist Dooms with one Ethereal in there as well, in the form of Elisha. But the problem is with just having Elisha on here is no crits. Now the enemy team just goes straight down, and the reason for that is because of how strong Merlin is. Secret Tech Merlin with his half red runes will apply all of those stacks of reflect rate as well to our team, and then that's the reason that we're able to defeat them. Plus we did have Cleo as well. So those are the teams that I'm running at the moment. They seem to be doing very well. As you can see, won the past couple, did lose one to Skipperlog, but then Jai, Shadow Tag, Khan, lots of victories within this actual team build. So it does seem to work. Now just a quick one on the Hope Tree. This is the Hope Tree build that I've got at the moment. Gone with Dooms, pretty much maxed Dooms out as far as I can, and as well I have maxed out where have you gone, Glorians, as much as I can as well. The only thing I've not done is got this up. It is what it is. Mist, I've gone up the Lightseeker tree. Ethereals, I've gone Shadow tree. Valianters, I've gone Shadow tree, and Avengers, I've gone Light tree as well. And I have pumped in 1 point to Glorians to give an additional 10% attack, and that's it for my Hope Tree. It is what it is. So let me know how it's going for you, and what sort of teams have you been building in the World Arena? Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day.